Hi everyone, you want to know how to make the best beef jerky ever? Well, watch. So the first thing you want to do is you want to buy some kind of steak, London broil, any kind of steak you want. I think I actually bought a roast this time because it was on sale. And the trick is to actually put it in the freezer and let it freeze. And then you want to take it out of the freezer and let it thaw out for a little bit because it makes it easier to slice it thinner when it's kind of frozen. So this has been thawing out for the last couple hours, and I'm cutting my slices as thin as I can. Sometimes some thick beef jerky slices are good too. And you can cut them smaller or longer, however your heart desires. My son likes his in sheets, but sometimes that's hard to do unless you get a big piece of London broil, and it's kind of hard to slice them like that unless you have a special tool. Anyway, I'm going to finish slicing this up and then I'll show you what's next. So all my meat is cut. I started off using this knife, but I didn't feel it was cutting it good enough, so I switched to this one. You can use any knife that you want. Just keep in mind it's still kind of frozen. I did try an electric knife, and I'll tell you that did not work at all. So be careful when you're cutting your meat, because the hardest thing about making beef jerky is cutting the meat. Last time I nearly cut my finger off. So next thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna marinate the meat. Okay, we're gonna marinate the meat now. This is what I'm using, this teriyaki marinade and sauce. I used to use a different brand, but I think they went out of business because I've looked everywhere and I cannot find it in the stores. But I did use this last time I made beef jerky and I thought it tasted pretty good. But you're gonna just drench this whole thing as much as you can so it's all covered. Okay, as you can see, I filled it up pretty high. You can use any kind of Tupperware container you want. I am gonna cover it and I'm gonna marinate it overnight so that it really soaks in. Good morning. Okay, so our meat's been marinated and now we're going to lay it on the rack. I'm using my air fryer because my air fryer has an option for dehydration, but if you don't have that option, there's another way you could do it. I'll tell you about it in a minute. So what you're gonna do, whether it's on a air fryer, I bought these little racks here so I could do more at a time, because before that I was trying to do one layer at a time. It was too difficult, but I bought these little racks on Amazon so I could actually do about 4 levels for my beef jerky. So I'm using crushed red pepper because I like mine spicy. So I sprinkle some crushed red pepper on there, depending on how hot you like it. I also put some black pepper as well. So then I'm gonna do my next layer. So this is my air fryer. As you can see, I have my second rack ready. I also have 2 more racks that I'm gonna put in there. I got a large steak this time, so I might even still have to do this twice. We'll see how far it gets me. I'm gonna work on this and then I'll be back. Okay, I did my 4 layers. I still had a little bit left over, so I'm gonna have to do some more tomorrow, but I did buy a pretty big roast. So here's my my air fryer, and like I said, first I gotta plug it in. Okay, there we go. So my air fryer, I purposely bought this one. I don't want that one, I want dehydrate, because it automatically has the settings and everything, the temperature, and all you have to do is hit start. It says 9 hours, but sometimes I have to let it go longer, especially if I'm doing 4 layers. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is pretty dry, and as you can see, it's not too hard to chew. And it tastes really good. As I told you before, I will explain to you how to do the oven way in just a minute. Okay, I told you I would let you know how to make beef jerky in the oven. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your oven on to 175 degrees, and you're gonna take 2 to 3 large baking sheets and wrap them with foil. Now you're gonna put your oven racks on top of the baking sheets, and then you're gonna lay your beef jerky on the oven racks, single layer. And you're gonna bake this for around 2 to 3 hours, and then check on the consistency to see if it's tender enough for you and dry enough, and however you like it, you can experiment with it. But that's how you do the oven beef jerky. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.